All right, so we're just gonna go down the list of people that are being casted for this season of Big Brother, and just go down this pretty like thin bio of each one of them, and we'll just kind of read up on them, and then we'll see which ones we like, which ones we don't like, which ones we're predicting are gonna do good, stuff like that. So I think the first one is gonna be Alyssa, right? Alyssa Lopez.
Yes.
All right, so let's see what it says about her. So the first one is Alyssa Lopez. She's 24. She's from Florida, and she's a swimwear designer. What do you think about her so far?
Well, from reading her bio, I am getting a lot of vibes that she's going to be full of herself and she's going to be overconfident.
For
And I think
sure.
that's going to be her downfall.
Yeah, because okay, so just so everybody knows, we're looking at the bios from BigBrotherNetwork.com, which gives us like a brief bio, and there's some questions that they answered. I think one of them that she said, "What is your strategy for winning the game?" She said that she wants to win the very first HOH, which
That's
I
a
mean that's
terrible
bold.
move.
Yeah, like it's bold. I mean, to be honest, like I would want to do the same thing. Like I just wouldn't think that would be my strategy though. Like I'd be like, okay, if I win it, I win it. If I don't, I don't. Like I'm still gonna play to win, but like that wouldn't be my strategy. You know what I mean?
No, but winning first HOH puts a big target on your back. Yeah, you make alliances,
Right.
but those alliances aren't technically real. It's just people that want to make it further than in the first night.
Right. Yeah. So like to me, I'm just like, I don't know if that's like she's bold, which I like, but then at the same time, I'm just like, I don't understand how that's a good strategy though. I wouldn't use that as a I can see what she's talking about though, because she kind of mentions that she's gonna like try to like she's gonna use that power to kind of make her power alliance with like different types of people, which makes sense, but you don't need to win the HOH, the first HOH to make those alliances. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, she's just all over the place because right after that, she says she wants to align herself with powerful physical and mental players, but then she wants to make her final two alliance with someone outside of that. Like she wants to play the whole house. It's not going to work.
Right. Yeah. Like she kind of sounds like a gameplay that I would kind of want to do, but it doesn't work. So I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I really do feel like she's going to try to come in really hard, and it's just going to
right.
lead her to an early eviction.
I can see that. I mean, she is pretty though. And I mean, to be fair, like usually pretty people for the most part tend to get far just because I can already see that she's probably gonna get some of the guys' attention and she's probably gonna like leech off to one of them. And then they're probably gonna have like a showmance. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she has a showmance with someone. Like I can already
Oh
see it.
yeah, yeah,
She
for sure.
and it's funny that she mentioned that because one of the questions it talked about how she like who was her favorite duo. She talked about Jessica and Cody, which I was like,
No,
boo, that's a no
that
go. I
already gives
mean,
you a bad taste in the mouth.
she looks like Jessica though. Now when I think about it, like I can see the similarities, but if she's gonna play the same gameplay like Jessica, I'm like
Yeah,
not sold
I
on
really
it.
do hope that if she does get into a showmance, it's not like Cody because that was a terrible showmance.
Yes, exactly. Like Cody was just there. Like I don't know. Yeah, that was like not. I mean, it's an unpredictable duo pick, but that wouldn't be one of mine. I don't know. Again, she
I
might
mean,
just be similar to them. You know.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna root for her one because she's like really like into dogs and she's like a dog person,
Right.
and it's because
Yep.
she's Latina. But other than that, her gameplay, the way she's coming off in her
Hmm.
bio, it's just not looking well for her.
Right. Yeah. And then she's just yeah. She's like yeah, like you said, I'll root for her because of the little bias because she is Latina. I think she's the only Latina on the list. But and she says she loves dogs. But other than that, I don't know. She's super young too,
Uh,
so or maybe I'm just super old, but
I mean,
she's
I don't
24, so
honestly, I don't see her in jury. I see her being evicted pretty soon.
I can see that. Okay, so she's a no go for us, right? Obviously,
No go.
right? Okay,
Sadly,
uh,
but no go.
yeah. All right, let's go to the next one then. So the next one we have is it Aza? Azal?
I mean, I think that's something that we're gonna have to figure out when the show starts because it's a weird name. No offense.
Right.
I mean,
Not weird. It's just it's different. I mean, the whole thing. I
it's
don't. I wonder where she's from. Like, so she's from Maryland, but I mean, obviously, like there's some background there where because her last name is different. It's not like norm
I
common.
mean, is her last name awesome? Because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah. Okay. So reading everything about her, I love her. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about her. Like, just everything that she says kind of reminds me of like the kind of gameplay I would want to play. So I'm just like, yes. And then like some of the things like the answers to her questions.
I
Um,
mean, if I do have anything negative to say, I feel like she's gonna try to play the old style Big Brother, and everybody's kind of used to the newer style. So it's gonna put her on odd man out, and it can potentially put a target on her back.
which sucks because like I'm all about the old school type of Big Brother, which is funny because I was one of the questions that impressed me was how she had to mention a duo. And she made it really clear that she doesn't like showmances, and then she mentioned the Big Brother 4 duo between Allison and June. And it went all the way back to Big Brother 4, which like already says, as compared to like Alyssa, who mentioned like a newer duo, she went all the way back to the old school. And then all of the stuff that she mentioned, like she referenced Big Brother 10 as one of her most memorable moments with Keisha's birthday. And then she mentioned how Dan was staying out of trouble. Like everything that she was saying is like literally old school Big Brother, which is like what I'm all about. So like I love Big Brother 10. Um, and then she mentioned Big Brother 4, and then like her strategy seems like it goes back to how I used to love Big Brother. Like she talks about how she wants to get rid of the power players from the get go, how she doesn't like showmances. She loves duos, but she likes to break up other duos pretty much. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for the no showmances things. I mean,
for
that's
sure.
good television, but for this game, like,
Right.
stay out of it. That just it's not part of the game. Like,
It's kind of yeah, and it
it's
becomes
just-
predictable because I feel like I mean again like newer seasons, all it's kind of like it's a goal for some of them, and it's like you don't need a showman to win the game, but whatever.
yeah, like just focus on yourself. Like, play for yourself. And I like that she says that. I'm going to play
Right.
for myself, not the house. I mean, I love
Right.
that.
Right. She has a lot of things like she's a director for I think sales operations or something like that. So like she's a boss girl. Like obviously like she knows what she wants in life pretty much. And I like that. I like that she loves spices. Like if she had to take something into the house, she mentioned that she would take her spices. I'm like, I already know that like me and her would get along perfectly in the house. Like I'm definitely rooting for her for the win at this point. Just I mean, we've only really read about two of them so far, but like she's
I mean,
definitely like on the
she's
top.
yeah, I really like the old style Big Brother gameplay. So
Hmm.
for right now, yeah, she's gonna be on my watch list. Like, I really want to see her make it for
For sure.
potentially win this game.
I do agree though that like you said that her playing the old school style might put a big target on her because people will be threatened by that for sure. Like
Yeah,
she seems like the kind of person that doesn't like the big groups. Like you said, she likes to play for herself. Like it's a great strategy for me, like in my opinion, but it is intimidating to some people if she's not willing to want to be in a big group.
yeah,
So
it's a very dangerous gameplay for sure.
for sure. The only thing that I don't know how physical she'll be. I mean, she might be like a really good strategist. She looks like she could be. I think she likes to
I
like
mean,
bike ride.
yeah, I think she's gonna be well on the physical part because, like you said, she wants to take her bike to the house.
Right,
She does a whole bunch of bicycle stuff. I mean, you can already
right,
see that she's gonna be like she already likes the physical part, so I don't see her having
right.
a problem there.
So yeah, she's definitely gonna be she's gonna be one to look out for sure. Like she stands out for
I
sure.
mean, she's been all over the place. She's a world traveler, been to
Hmm.
26 countries, so she's gonna bring a lot to the table. I look forward to seeing her play.
Yeah, me too. All right, so let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one we have is Brent Champagne. That's a pretty interesting last name. I mean,
Yeah,
just because of
I
that,
mean,
he's like I would like him just because of that champagne thing. But
I mean, in my opinion, I'm really liking his occupation. He's a flight attendant. So
Yeah,
and
for sure.
it's a life goal of a job. Like I would like to be a flight attendant.
Interesting. You should
Just,
do it. Um, right off the bat from the bio, it seems like he wants to obviously win. Like he makes it clear that he wants to win. So he already kind of seems a little bit ambitious, which is good. I mean, I don't know. I like that he likes stock trading because I've been kind of like trying to get into that, but I'm not really good at it.
I
But I
mean,
mean, if he's into it, like that's pretty cool.
one thing that really sticks out for me on his bio is he really likes the back door. So that means he's not afraid to make some
Right.
money.
I did notice that
Like
too. I was like, wait, hold on. Because I
like
mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
right. Like, I mean, yeah, like a good backdoor is a good backdoor. So it's like,
I mean, if anything, I really don't like that he's into showmances. I mean,
right,
that makes the game really predictable. I wish he wouldn't really be for that. I
right.
mean, I
Yeah,
mean, he
like
does seem
he,
like he might be one of our LGBT people, so they might give him somebody for a showmance. I'm not gonna lie, like if they do like a gay showmance, then I'm okay. I'm all there
right,
for it. It hasn't really been seen.
right. But okay, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know because he picked Tyler and Angela, and then he put Showman's goal. So maybe not. Maybe he's just one of those. I don't know.
I mean, he says that his charm is powerful and that he plans to use his charm on a male or female. So
Oh,
maybe,
didn't even notice that. So
yeah,
who knows? I mean, he's definitely one of those stronger personalities for sure. At least it seems like from the what's it called, from the bio.
yeah. He's a
He
very
kind of.
confident person
I was
and wants
gonna
to take a
say.
money counter into the house
I
to
was about
count
to
his
say.
500 grand.
Yep, yep. I was looking at that too. Notepad. It seems like he likes to take notes, obviously. So he's one of those people that is obviously gonna try and take notes at least if it's possible, kind of thing. But yeah,
He
pretty
has the right
standard. I don't.
mindset for the game.
He does. I don't know if I see him as like someone that's gonna get far per se. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he will.
He might make it to
He,
jury. I see him
right.
making it to jury.
I don't. Yeah, he's definitely not my pick for like a winner. But I mean, it might change. Maybe once the season starts, and he might be a little different. But like right now, I don't have like a straight up like, oh, I want him to win.
Yeah,
So
same. I mean, he has the right mindsets in some things, but I mean, we'll see.
yeah,
It's for now. I'll just say that he's in jury.
yeah, we'll go with that one. All right. So next one we have is Brittany D'Angelo. She seems
Mm,
cool. I
I
mean,
don't know.
she's
She
okay.
is the
She's a
first thing that her bio
teacher.
says, I use a lot of explanation points because I'm very excited. I don't know if
I
I like
noticed
that.
that. Me neither.
She's gonna be over the top.
I think so. Which I mean, it's good, but then it's also like I don't know. I mean, she's young, so like she might just be, just very energetic and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but it might get a little annoying, to be honest.
I
But
mean, she makes TikToks. Like anybody who makes TikToks is a little bit out there. Like
yeah, yep. So
and
she
she
talks
she
about
doesn't
her
even have one
duo.
favorite duo. She has
She has
four.
a bunch. Although she does have Davon, which you love Davon, right? I like Davon, but she's not like, oh my god,
I
crazy for her.
I do. I do like that she put Davon and Bailey because that was a good duo. Like I was rooting for that duo.
Her duos are newer Big Brother, but they're also the good kind of duos. I mean, like okay, we just said that Tyler and Angela is kind of predictable, but it was a good duo though. And then Tyler did also play with Casey, which I remember. Like they were strong duos. Like they got far in the game. Like Casey won. So like hate it or love it. Like okay, it's funny because I don't like the big groups, but I will say that one group in Big Brother 20 with Casey and all of them, like I couldn't hate it too much because they were winning a lot. And that's kind of how they were getting themselves further, which I'm like, I can't hate it. So I do like
I
that
don't
she put
know.
Derek and Cody. Paul, I did like Paul. I love Paul. I'm not a big fan of Victor, but it was a pretty good duo-ish. I like Paul, so I don't know.
I didn't like Paul. I didn't like his gameplay.
Mm,
That's why
I
he
love
didn't win.
Paul. Well, yeah, I love Paul, so I can't really say anything bad about it. I do like that she
I
put this
mean,
under, huh?
go ahead.
Oh, and I was just gonna say, what is your favorite past moment on Big Brother? She goes all the way back to Big Brother 14 when Dan uses that like, what was it? It was like some funeral or something. It was like a dramatic ass like speech. Um, yeah, and then when he blindsides Danielle and gets Shane, like he did like this dramatic thing, which is that's a good thing that she uses because that shows that she goes all the way back to like some of the older seasons, and that is a good memorable time. What is your strategy for winning the game? A strategy for
I
winning the game is
mean,
simply
I,
put.
I like that she said that she is not afraid to make big moves. I know a lot of people say they're not afraid to make big moves and then
Right,
they get scared of them.
right.
So I'm gonna take that as a plus and look forward to seeing any big moves. I don't think they're gonna happen,
Right.
but it's out there.
She doesn't strike me as someone that would make the big moves, but we could be wrong, or I could be wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
The fact that she says that she wants to be authentic in the house when competition in order to secure relationships and alliance, like all of this, like yes, like in a picture perfect type of strategy, yes, it's good, but I just don't think is all that they need to get there. Like because anybody can say this stuff, but it doesn't really just stand out to me. Like I just don't think like okay, yeah, I for sure never heard that before. Like everybody will say that kind of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't see her making it far. I know that she's trying to bring in like loyalty and respect, but she says her main advantage that she's going to bring into the house is remembering who she is as a person. But we don't know
right,
who you are as a person.
right.
So how does that
Yeah,
help you?
I feel like she's gonna be more focused on being herself than actually like playing the game, which that's a good thing for some people, but I just don't think like that's the best way to get to the end. I know that people out there will say different for that and be like, I just feel like you should get there being yourself. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if it works for you, it can work for you, but it doesn't work for everybody because not everybody is for everybody. You know what I mean? So like if you know
I
that
mean, if
you're
she,
not, I don't know. I mean, she might be likable. I could be wrong. She might be one of those like,
I don't personally, I don't see me liking her. That's a personal opinion. I do think that if she makes it far, is because she's floating. I do see this girl as
for
a
sure.
major floater.
I for sure. She even
Um,
I don't want to compare her to anybody, and like she's if she ever sees this or whoever sees it, like Victoria from a two seasons ago. I think it was 16. I don't know if you remember
mm,
with what's his name, Frankie Grande. I don't even remember
okay.
Victoria. She was in there. She was like the biggest floater ever. Like yeah, she
Is
kind of
that the girl
reminds
who
me of
cried a
her.
lot?
Kind of. She did cry, I think, a little bit, but she was just all about like her looks and stuff, and then like at first you were thinking, okay, she's gonna be a standout, but she wasn't. She was like one of the biggest
She's the one
floaters
that
ever.
eventually brings a sister, right? Her sister eventually
Mm-hmm.
plays.
No, no, that's
Under the wrong
not it.
person.
Yeah, but yeah. So okay, so she's not a one that we're gonna consider as a winner
She's not a
either.
favorite. Yeah, she's not a favorite right now.
Definitely not for me. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, so next one we have is Christian Birkenberger.
And this guy, I'm pretty sure, is going to be part of our LGBT family.
Why?
Specifically because his favorite showmance is Zach and Frankie, aka Zanky.
That doesn't mean
So
anything. Zach was not
it
gay.
does.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Yeah, I give vibes. I get vibes.
Okay, well,
First
I
thing he's
mean,
gonna say, um, yeah, first thing he's gonna say is that.
I guess we'll see. So okay, so him like yes, okay, he definitely comes off as like a Tyler. No, no, not a Tyler. Like a Zach, because he says, what was it? What are you most excited about? Being in the Big Brother house. He says making new friends for life and competing in comps. Like that's good, but that's not like he's not really strategizing too much, which is it's fine. It's a strategy. Like as opposed to like Brittany, for example, like if we compare Brittany and him, I feel like he's just gonna be like a likable guy. You know what I mean? Like he's not being like too out there. Like he's just kind of being himself, kind of, chilling, trying to vibe with people and stuff like that, which is floater-ish, but he's definitely going to be very, very centered in the social aspect.
He's gonna like big groups. His bio is really short. It's very answer the question and that's about it.
Right.
Nothing else.
Right.
But he does want to align himself with the most people he can and hide his physical threat, which
Oh, are you talking
he's
about the
gonna
strategy?
do. Yeah, I don't see like it's a big group. He's gonna want to follow groups around. I mean,
I can
there's
see
not
that.
really much to know about him. His answers are really short.
But see, like I feel like yeah, it's true, but like I've seen this type of gameplay and sometimes it works. It's very risky because you do kind of get into the floater status a little bit, but I think it also can work if you just do it right. Like as opposed to like someone just being a floater because they're not doing anything, there can also be a conscious floater, someone that's consciously being a floater. I feel like he's because he said like what is his strategy? He said, be myself. And then he said, but I would like to appear fun and clueless as to not raise any flags, align myself with more people, and slip up as a physical threat when I need to schmooze the house. I think like to me, like it's not my favorite gameplay. It's not a gameplay that I personally would use, but I think it's a gameplay that can work for some people. I think it's a gameplay that can work for someone that's very calm, very sociable, and I think that he fits those. So I think it might work. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like he can definitely get further than meets the
I
eye.
don't. I mean, he might have the potential to make it far just by being his clueless self.
Right.
Personally, I don't have my eye on him. I don't see anything interesting in him. Just by this bio, I mean,
It's pretty
he
plain.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't stand out to me. He's just a regular guy that's going to play Big Brother in their usual way.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess we'll see, huh?
I
All right.
mean, do I feel like he might be first evicted? Probably.
Oh, wow. Okay. Alrighty. We'll go on to the next person then. One. All right. So next one is Christy Valdezeri. I like that she's from Philadelphia, or that she's from Philadelphia, which is kind of where I'm living right now. So like, well, Pittsburgh, but Pennsylvania. She seems really interesting to me. I don't know. She seems like obviously like more on the creative side.
She gives me vibes of Adrian's not gonna like her.
Who?
Just Christy. She just gives me vibes like I'm not gonna like her right off the back. Like just first impression, I'm not gonna like you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we definitely have different opinions on some of these people, which is the point, obviously. I don't know. I don't know if she would be someone that I would automatically be friends with, just because I usually don't befriend people that are like artsy or whatever. But like watching her on TV might be interesting. I don't know. She's a dancer.
I mean, she's vegan. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when she starts talking about her vegan part, I'm just probably gonna be like, "Girl, I'm over you." Like,
I can see that. I
just
mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I can definitely see what you mean about that, because I mean, if she's especially if she were to try to like push it on others, because how like some people can be a little bit like snobby with that stuff, so they'll be like, why don't you do this, blah blah blah, and it's like, girl, no, like I love my meat, like I'm not gonna not stop, like that's just not gonna happen. So
I mean, I don't. Nothing about her bio is really telling me Adrian liked this girl. I mean, nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, she references Derek and Cody a lot, which it lets me know that she's a loyal person. Just because if she uses that duo as like her duo, Derek and Cody were loyal to a fault, especially Cody. Cody, like, he literally could have taken the other person. I forgot who the other person was, but and then could have won. But because he was loyal to Derek 1,000%, like he took Derek with him, and then boom, like, yeah. So like that to me, like, I mean, it's a good quality to have as a person. I just don't think it's the smartest thing when you're playing Big Brother. But I think that's why I like her. That's why I would root for her, because I'm like, okay, like loyalty is a big deal for her, which is great. She references Haley.
I don't know who Haley is.
It's ringing a bell. I just can't remember her like from the get. I think she was in a showmance too with someone. I forgot the name though. It was like with this Fezzle.
I mean, she references her with Bailey.
I remember
So
that
it has
season.
to be a season 20 person.
I think it was with, yeah, I'm gonna say it was Haley with Fezzle. Fezzle.
Yes,
I think it was with Tyler
correct.
and Angela too. Yeah, it was with all of them.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
So she's definitely a newer person. She's referencing
sure.
more of the newer Big Brother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just got to be a little honest. I'm not going to say much. I'm just not feeling this girl.
She's like me and her. I guess because me and you are very similar in a lot of ways. I can see why you wouldn't like her. And you're right. But I think like a lot of times, like sometimes people that I feel like I'm not gonna like, I end up like loving. And like just going through her bio, I can definitely see like me and her are polar opposites. Like she's very like polar opposites, but very similar in some ways. Like she what did she talk about? She mentioned something that I was like, yeah, that's not how I am at all. Like she talks about following my gut and being myself, which that's good. But I'm not like me, I'm more of a logical person. I just don't go with like my feelings or whatever. Like I think about it first and then I go with it, you know? And she seems like more of like an emotional person and just going in with that kind of stuff. And I'm like not like that. So I can see why me and her would be opposites, but overall I think watching on TV would be good.
Like Josh, let's be a little honest with each other right now. We're both very emotional.
Yes.
But it's not always a good thing.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So I don't know. She stands out to me.
I mean, if she does well, I'll be shocked. I'm not rooting for her as of right now. Hopefully, she surprises me. She's not. She's not.
She's not my favorite. Yeah, definitely not my favorite. But she's not the worst at all. Like she's a standout.
No,
but
no, I take back what I said about the previous guy being a first elected.
What?
I take it back because Christy right now is just I'm not vibing with her at all whatsoever.
Interesting. All right. Well, I guess we'll see. Those are some pretty strong opinions, but we'll see.
Very strong opinions.
Okay, so next person we have is Derek Frazier.
Which he will be referred to as Derek F, since there's 2 Dereks in this season.
There is? Oh, we haven't gone through the other one, right?
Yeah, I skimmed through their list, so I know there's 2 Dereks.
Okay, so Derek F.
He's also from Philadelphia.
Yeah, so that might make them a little bit of a target. They're kind of like
they're probably gonna pin Christy and him together because they're from the same place.
Right. And then he even brought up the same thing, Derek and Cody, as his biggest showman. But
so you're going to say the same loyalty thing?
Yeah, but I mean, it might also make them a little bit of target because they might get along. See, like, okay, as opposed to the other people that you mentioned, he kind of gives me a little bit of LGBT vibe. So I can see him. I can definitely see him and Christy becoming like good friends. Because going back to season 10, which you might not remember, but what was his name? Last year, what was his name? Oh, he was from the one with the curly hair.
Tyler?
Kevin. No, Kevin. Kevin
had curly hair?
Yeah.
He was bald.
Was he? Well, back in the day, he had curly hair. Him and Lydia.
I didn't see his original series.
Yeah, him and Lydia were like the duo, and they were like both like the outcast kind of thing. And I mean, if Christy is going to be kind of the outcast, I can kind of see Derek falling into that too a little bit, just because they're both like, they kind of seem like artsy, and I don't know. And then he says like he's loud, outgoing, and assertive. Like This is he's giving me LGBT vibe for sure, like without
I,
a doubt.
I'm not getting any type of LGBT vibes from him, specifically because I've scrolled through his whole bio. He's really into like the weights, the gym.
That's so
His dad was a boxer. Um, like I don't. He seems like a dude, man, bro, to me. Like, like he's all about himself. I do not get LGBT vibes from him at all.
I guess we'll see. But so I do like that he mentioned that his strategy, he mentioned that no, not his strategy. When he talked about his favorite past moment on Big Brother, he went all the way back to Big Brother 8 when Evil Dick and Jen got into like this big argument. And she got all of his cigarettes and threw him out. Like that was like a pretty intense fight for sure. And like that again, it shows me that he's gonna go back to previous seasons, which means that he kind of understands the game pretty well.
I mean, I like that because I like that a lot of people are bringing back older seasons of Big Brother because this could potentially work well for, I believe her name was Asa,
right.
because she wants to play the old style and she has people that can potentially have her back.
I want to say besides Azal, I think Derek is definitely a standout for me. Like just on that and just the way he's not afraid to be himself. He even says that he about being a leader. I don't know where he
He
mentioned, but
wants
he said, oh yeah,
everybody
he
to
said,
do his dirty work.
yep, he said, I will get everyone to do my dirty work because I am good at being a leader. So like that's strong personality vibes, obviously. Like I can see that working in his favor. Like in that case, though, I feel like Azar and Derek would be like on the opposite ends of the house, but they can even become like a duo when they can like divide and conquer kind of thing. Like where he'll have the big group, she'll have like no one. He'll kind of like work with her to kind of get rid of the people, and then they'll come together at the end, kind of thing. Like I don't know, that's just something that can work. I don't know if that'll work, like happen, but I can see that for sure, just based off how their personalities are for sure. So yeah.
I mean, one thing that I mean, it's pointless. It doesn't really matter anything about the game. I don't like his answer to what would you bring into the house and why? And he said my phone. Obviously, you can't bring your phone into the house. Like, why would you even answer that?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
and my
Yeah.
PlayStation.
He seems like it can work both ways. Like he'll either be really good at socializing, or he'll come on too strong, and then people will not like it.
Gosh.
Who knows? Right. So next up we have Derek Xiao.
I think it's Chow.
Chow. Okay.
And I'm going to start off by saying that I am really rooting for him because I cannot remember when the last time Big Brother had somebody from the Asian descent on the show. I think it's been a very long time.
No, they've had a few. Like they had I can't remember the name, but she was on the not Big Brother 21. She was from China. She was Chinese. I forgot her name.
Isabella?
Really... Yeah.
I thought she was like not from Asian descent. I thought she was like Latina or something.
No, she's from Asia. I remember she mentioned on her bio that she was Chinese. She was from Chinese descent. And then a few and then I forgot his name too, but there was one that he was like Filipino or Vietnamese. But there's been a few. But I mean, like it's not as common for sure though.
It's not common at all.
Yeah, so that's definitely good. He loves to cook.
He is definitely a very old style Big Brother person.
Why did Dr. Will and Mike Boogie.
And then he brings up Dan's funeral.
Right. Okay. That's the one I was talking about earlier. Was a flawless gameplay that leveraged both emotion and logical strategy. Yep. I feel like he's so he gives me vibes though that he knows his Big Brother, but I just don't see him as playing like these people. I could be wrong, but just because you idolize certain people.
He wants to play socially. And while I think that social is part of the game, there is a lot of competitions that really you got to be good at competitions. Social can only get you so long.
Right. He says build relationships with everyone in the house and slowly turn friendships into alliances and then layer an assailable logical reasoning to him. I mean, his strategy is very much like yes, like that's definitely like a goal. Like that's something that I would like the way he just explained it is definitely how I would want to play the game. It's just it's not as easy as it sounds because every
Yeah.
game is different. You know, some people get lucky and they have the perfect people to play with and they're able to get along with all of them. Some people don't. So unless he's like one of those very good social people, I think it sounds like a tough game to play. But
Yeah.
who knows?
I get
Maybe
you.
he'll be able to do it. So all right. So next one we have is Brandon Frenchie French. So he's not old, but he's one of the older ones. I'm 30 now,
I'm
so I can't
rooting.
call him.
I'm
Why?
I'm rooting. I always like the older players. They get evicted
Good.
soon, but I always root for them.
Right. He's from Tennessee.
Um,
He says he feels strategies are overrated. He talks about a duo to bring back. It'd be Brittany and Rachel's hair extension.
I mean, I'm getting
um,
LGBT vibes from him, but then at the same time, he has kids. So
not everybody's LGBT, okay? Just because he brings up
I
Rachel and
said,
Brittany doesn't
I
mean
said he
anything.
gives me vibes. Not that he is. Like the other guy, I'm pretty sure it is it. He just gives me vibes. He's an ally, okay? He's an ally.
I could see that. He talks about okay, so his favorite past moment was dance funeral again. So a lot of that, um, a lot of references to that, you know. So that's good. I feel like this cast definitely has a mix of people, of old school and new school. Doesn't mean we're not just alliance. Being a farmer, not no 2 days are the same. A picture of my son who passed away. Oh man, okay,
He feels strategies are overrated.
for sure.
So
I feel
I
like
don't know
he's
how I feel about that.
yeah, he seems
He
to be
uses
more of
big
like
words.
he reminds me of this other player. I can't remember his name though. He was on Big Brother 15. Judd.
Never seen
Remember
it.
Judd? No, you
I've
haven't seen
never.
that one, huh?
Mm-mm.
Because like
After
Judd was from like this
like
what
before 15, I'm very like cloudy. I've seen some episodes, but not a full season.
shame. Just kidding.
I would
But
definitely describe myself as a newer Big Brother player,
for sure he would be.
unfortunately.
But he reminds me of this one guy, Judd from Big Brother 15, who was I mean, not like stereotyping or anything like that, but this guy's from Tennessee. I want to say the other guy was also from Tennessee, but very like country, very like farmer type, very low key, very very nice, very hospitable, all of that stuff, but very low key kind of thing. And it worked for the other guy, but he didn't win, and he didn't really get too far.
He
So
he's giving his picture gives me Sam Smith vibes.
I didn't
He
see
was
that.
also very, very country. And I like
Yeah,
Sam. I'm glad that he made it far.
that's funny. But yeah, he doesn't stand out to me. But I mean, I could definitely see myself rooting for him. I just don't know how far he's gonna get. I don't know.
Mm,
We'll have to see, I
yeah,
guess.
true.
All right, so next we have Hannah Chadha.
Yeah, I don't know how you would pronounce that.
Self
Again,
calculated.
she is going to be one of the youngest people in the house. She's 21.
Yeah,
Um,
she's a grad
right off
student.
the back, what stands out to me, she says she has no problem getting messy and will gladly bathe in people's blood. That calls my attention.
Yeah,
Again,
but I feel like
most
people
of the
say that a
time
lot
that's
though.
all talk.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. She says that she's
She
calculated, composed, and
likes
versatile.
um,
She likes traveling,
showmances.
binging Real Housewives. Like I wouldn't like her. She seems like she would be pretty like nothing that I would be like super into. Of course, she talks about her favorite duo being Devon and Bailey, which that's always respectable. But I mean, honestly though, like I love them, but I just feel like they become a predictable duo now. Whoever loves them, of course, that's great. But I just everything that she's telling me, I'm just like, okay, you're very predictable, girl. There's nothing She's definitely more new school Big Brother.
Oh, definitely. I see that. She also likes she loves a good blind side.
Mhm.
So she's in my radar. I don't think she'll make it far, but it's somebody that I would look forward to seeing play. You say that you don't like her, but the roles are flipped. I can see myself liking her. I really do.
Well, okay. I mean, okay, so she did give me new school vibes, but then on her past moment, she did bring up the Dan one with Danielle, the whole funeral thing. And then also she brought up Vanessa, who I love, when she blindsided Austin, which that's Vanessa's like one of my favorite players of all time. So her bringing that up definitely is like a redeeming quality for me. Um, do I want to be? But I don't know. I feel like I would like her to watch her on TV. I just don't feel like me and her would get along. So I don't know how far she'll get. She also seems like the kind of person that likes to just kind of say everything that's like in right now. Like she'll say like, "Oh, this is in right now, so I'm gonna do this," or like, like I don't know. I just feel like she just kind of says things to say things. She doesn't really mean things, I guess.
So you think she wants to be relevant?
Yes, that's very much that. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. And I'm like, that's fine, but that's just not my style.
I mean, I like that she's honest because she says that she's going to expose her weaknesses, which I don't know how that's going to work for you in the Big Brother house, but if
Right.
that's what you think will work for you, um, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her.
I mean, I want to see. I mean, she's not my least favorite, but
She's
we'll
definitely
see.
she's definitely down there for me. I think she's there with like Brittany.
I don't know.
I don't
She's
know.
not at the bottom, but she's not at the very top either.
Yeah. All right. So now we have the next one, which is Kyland Young. He's also, I mean, I'm not being biased or anything, but he's also like late 20s, so I guess older.
You really want to see these older people do well.
I do because I'm with them now, so like I kind of have to like be part of that group now. he's 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 a talk. He's definitely a talker. Like if like okay, I think he has the most like just by skimming through all of his bio, like he's the one that has most information on it.
Whoa!
So
I just noticed
so
that
he
too.
so he either likes to talk about himself a lot or he likes to talk. Either one, like he likes to talk. He likes poker, football. He loves to compete. He just loves all sorts of stuff. Like he seems like he has a lot of energy, which is that's good. I mean, I don't know. He loves Derek and Cody, of course. He mentions the loyalty. Um, he says that he did not like Cody too much. He did like his showmance with Jessica. But the way he makes it seem is that he liked it because of the way Cody was like fighting for Jessica, which I guess like that can I can see that. The showmance in itself was kind of blah, but I can see where he's coming from though.
Yeah.
I also love Tyler's double duos in season 20. Of course, he had Angela and Casey. Yeah, okay.
I mean, he's pretty excited for competitions.
Right.
So that's something that you haven't really seen um, in other castmates. Everybody's more of a social game. He's really like looking forward to the competition. So I do
Right.
see him trying to get as much wins as possible.
Right.
He loves to be challenged. So I feel like this could potentially work for him.
I think he's definitely a well-rounded player. Like everything that he says, like if anything, like he's gonna be the person that's gonna be aware of what's happening in the house at all times. Just because he says, I'm sure this is a cliche answer, but it's hard not to be blown away by Dan's funeral play in season 14. Like he knows that this is a cliche answer, but he's aware, like, and he's aware of it, but he can't deny it, kind of thing. Like, and then he says like he wants to compete, but he's also not gonna like not be social. So like I feel like he's
Yeah.
he's definitely gonna try and play all angles to make sure that he's covered in all ways. And something about the like that. And he talked about the Hunger Games, like dynamic of building trust and alliances with people while being aware there's only one winner. Like he's very passionate about the game.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, I do
definitely
think
a
he
stand up for
has a
me
right mindset. He does
for
have a good
sure.
mindset for this game.
Like so, kind of going back to who was it? Christian, was that the one that you were talking about that you didn't like? The one that had kind of had curly hair too. That was kind of like
Yes.
very low key. Like this guy reminds me of Christian, but times 1,000. Like this guy's gonna play the game. He's gonna try and kind of like try to lay low key, but also be very well aware. Like I don't think like he doesn't talk
Hmm.
about making strong moves. Like he doesn't talk about any of that. He just says, I want to compete, I want to socialize, I want to be aware, I want to make strong alliances. Like he's doing all of that, but I feel like he's gonna be like having other people kind of make the big moves while he just kind of he's gonna be like the puppet master in a way. I feel like he's gonna like make the moves, but in the
I
background.
I definitely see that. I see where you're coming from that. I mean, he's
Yeah.
definitely going to be a very social person. If he continues up with the way his bio is, he's
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to be a very social person.
For sure. I think like as of right now, honestly, like the top two for me are Azar and Kyland for sure. Like him and Azar for sure.
Hmm.
Like they're like my top two because I like their the way they're approaching the game. So
Yeah, definitely.
alrighty. All right. So next one is Sarah Spiegel. She's a forensic scientist. Okay, so like her from the get-go, she says she plans to float her way to a Big Brother victory. I
Mm.
don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that either. I
I feel
mean,
like she.
she's looking at this game the different way because what she's most excited about is being in the diary room. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I get it. That's like part of the game and it's very exciting, but you should be more excited about other things in the diary room. She's bringing up the diary room a lot. Like Big Brother is
Although,
not the diary room.
well, I do see where she's coming though from. Because honestly, like if I wasn't Big Brother, I would be excited about the diary room because I love to like just vent out to people, and like that's what she says, she to vent to us, and like I feel like she would be like America's player in a way. Like she's like well no, it's another reference, but like season 8, Eric, remember Eric, the one that was America's player.
Yes.
Like I feel like she would be America's player. Like she'd be like venting to us and talking to us about what's going on in the game, and we would all just kind of like tune in to watch what she's talking about because she intends to be the fly on the wall, and she knows that. And I think that that can be a good strategy for her, especially because she talks about like being a forensic scientist. Like she's all about investigation and it's kind of figuring people out, kind of like in the background. So if she does it right, it can work for her. I just don't know. It's a very risky move, I think, to me, just because a lot of people, especially like as a watcher, people are not fans of floaters. I mean, I know I'm not,
Hmm.
but
I
if
mean,
she if
I don't
if she plays it
mind
well,
floaters. I
I'm a
don't
big no
mind
no.
them. I mean, I think it's okay to be a floater at the beginning of the game. However, there comes a point in time where you have to start making things for yourself happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that because I just know I just don't know how to
Mm,
answer that. um, it is interesting on the way she's saying it though. She's like, "What is your strategy for winning the game?" She says, "I plan to float. I want to make everyone around me feel at ease and convince them that I'm non-threatening, loyal person. Once they realize I'm only playing for myself, hopefully it'll be too late to stop me."
I don't think that's a good game plan.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel
I
about
mean,
her.
if we look at it in the cat with the other castmates, she's going to be playing a lot of strong players. Like, there's definitely a lot of more people that are going to be stronger than her, and she's going to have a lot of. I feel like she's going to struggle a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. She like for some reason she's standing out to me. I don't know why. I think the fact that she seems confident and wanting to be a floater is almost like a first. Honestly, like as a first, like I said earlier, like I feel like people become floaters. They don't just purposely become floaters. Like A floater is just literally someone that's just not playing. She's gonna be perceived as a floater. She wants to be perceived as a floater, but I don't think she's gonna be a floater. And I think that's a good. I think that's a good strategy. That's something that I wouldn't do because I'm not that kind of person. But I can see her like her picture. She looks very like approachable, like very like nice, very easygoing. Like I can see how she can be perceived as a floater because if I saw her, I'd be like, hey, like she seems really sweet. Like she is not a threat. But since she knows that, like that makes her like a non-floater in my book. But I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. She's definitely a standout to me. I don't know.
I mean, I'll be shocked if she makes it far.
I wouldn't be shocked if she, especially if she's
I
trying to
would.
be a
I would.
floater.
I mean,
I don't know.
No, I
We'll
don't
see.
like her game plan. I don't like her game plan. That's just me.
All right, let's move
I'm
on to
very
the next
worried
one
because
then.
she does say that she has a severe speech impediment. Like, am I going to be hard to understand you? Like, am I going to be annoyed?
Okay, let's move on to the next person. All right, so let's move on to Tiffany Mitchell. First appearance,
Right
like I
off
love
the
her.
get-go, her picture is giving me really good vibes. I
Right,
like the whole
same,
braids part.
same.
She gives me familiar, like who she reminds me of somebody. I don't know who it is, but it's a person that's like very loud and funny. And she does say she's funny and outgoing. So she has my attention right now. Like, no
Right.
lie.
Yep, she definitely is going to be a bit like this season is going to have a lot of big characters. Now that I think about it, you're right. Like there's a few that are going to be kind of like low key, but a lot of them are going to be big characters though. I'm like really curious to see how it's going to play out because she's
Mhm.
like just looking at her, she definitely is the character. You know, duo, she's using Cody and Derek again, you know, of course. And she mentions loyalty, which is good. Um, it is a predictable duo to use, but at least she explains why she likes them and she makes, you know, she talks about loyalty. She's already assuming that she's gonna make it into the HOH room. And she
She's
also wants to
confident.
try Slop. She's definitely confident.
She's
Like she's not
confident
even
and
a
she's willing to try new things. I like
right.
that.
Mm-hmm. Will be being away from my son. Okay, so she has a kid. We've never been apart for more than a week. Okay, so she's a mom.
She has an alter ego.
Yep.
Interesting.
So she also mentions Dan, of course, and the funeral thing, of course, predictable at this point. Strategy. She talks about learning as much as I can about everyone else to keep your mouth shut. Like that is like 1,000% how I love to play my games. Like I'm an info person. Like just grab as much info as I can and only use it when I need to, or at least try to. I don't know if she'll do it 1,000% and get her far, but I like that's definitely something that I can relate with. Journal, phone, recipes I can cook. Okay, so she talks about being obsessed with horoscopes. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I love the zodiac. Like I do love the zodiac. I'm not gonna lie, but just I don't know if she's like obsessed with like she thinks that everybody is like 1,000% on there. Why are you laughing like that?
I'm laughing a little at what you said.
What about the info stuff?
No, I mean, about the gameplay, her strategy for winning is to learn as much as possible about everyone else and keeping my mouth shut. You're like, that's just how I do it. Really?
You don't think so?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like you're impulsive. I mean,
Yeah,
you've gotten better. You've much definitely
but
gotten
that's what I'm
better.
saying. Like that's why I said like at least I try to. I don't say I do because I try to. I try to grab as much information that as I can, but I try to keep it to myself, but it usually doesn't work that way. But
Yeah.
maybe she can. I don't know. She loves
I
cats.
like her opening statement. Her opening statement is plans to keep quiet and observe her way to the $500,000. I kind of like that. I always feel like it's a good idea to stay under the radar and then coming out and surprising everybody. Like that is a blind side to me. Like when people think that you're not okay at the game, that you're not gonna make it far, and then out of nowhere you're just like here I am and I know how to play this game. Like that, I like that right there. And I
I can
feel
see
like
that.
this is how she's gonna bring that to the table. I feel like she is gonna be a strong player. She looks like she has a strong personality. So I don't know. There's a lot of strong personalities in this cast. So
Yeah,
we'll
she's definitely
see.
not the strategist though. She doesn't seem like a strategist, but who knows? She might. She's definitely going to be a surprising one.
Definitely.
So we'll see. We'll keep her on the radar. All right, we're almost done. We're now down to Travis Long. He is from Austin,
Texas.
Yep. And now he lives in Hawaii. He's a tech sales, so he's like a tech person. He's from Bunctious. He uses big words. I don't know if that's like a big word, but rambunctious is a long word at least.
Did you? Never mind. I mean, I like his favorite activities. It's spearfishing, soccer, volleyball, surfing. I mean, he's obviously very athletic, so I think he's going to bring a lot to the competitions.
Yep, for sure.
I'm excited to see.
I like that he says that he plans to form close one-on-one relationships while pulling pranks and creating chaos in the house. Like I love that he says chaos because I'm like, I mean, that's fun to me. So like I'm never gonna be opposed
we
to
need
that.
something different. Like I like that too because we really do need something different. Like I need some drama. Like give me
Right.
like some drama, some type of argument.
Right, something fun. Like obviously like within boundaries, but you know, something extended. Like if you catch someone a lie, call them out. Hold a
For
house
real,
meeting.
yes.
Something fun, something like that makes me want to watch, you know? Let's see, pulling a little prank, stopping the blame to other people to create. See, I do like that. That's definitely like something that is attracting me. That he says that he wants to create chaos for sure.
Yeah.
What is it for forming close one-on-one relationship behind the scenes, limiting it?
His favorite past Big Brother moment is has to do with Big Brother 19, Big Brother 20. I'm sorry. So he brings up Rockstar. So he's definitely a newer style player.
Yep, for sure.
He didn't really bring anything up from past.
So and he does also mention that he wants to cruise a little bit under the table in group setting. So he kind of like already knows that he would probably fall into like the floater status. So I don't know. Again, I'm always kind of like iffy about people that might fall into that just because again I don't like the floaters. But I mean I feel like at least in this sense, like at least him and Sarah, him and Sarah at least know that they would be floaters. Like they were aware of it. You know what I mean? So I think
one thing that I'm reading, he's an author, he's a businessman, so he knows how to make things work for himself.
True.
Which that could
true.
come in handy in this game. Like he knows how to get what he wants.
Right. Yeah. So again, like him and Sarah, I feel like they would have similar gameplays. Like they both would fall under the floaters, like non-threatening, very social, very well liked, but they're very much thinking about themselves. I don't know how much of that is true. I don't know if they're gonna full on do everything just for themselves, or if they're really gonna fall under someone else's shadow and just follow them along. Who knows? I really don't know. We'll find out, you know. But
yeah. So I know I don't like showmances. We can expect them. I'm gonna call that Travis and Brittany are going to be a showmance.
Interesting. I was thinking if anything it would be Travis and Sarah.
Yes, that's her. My bad. I really.
I mean, it can be either one. Honestly, though, it can be Travis and Sarah or Travis and Brittany. Christian can kind of like I can already see Christian, Brittany, Sarah, and Travis kind of being into like a little group or something, or falling into something.
I mean, who knows? Maybe 23 can probably give us our first triangular relationship between Travis, Brittany, and Sarah.
Yeah, we're in 2021. Anything is possible. Love is love. All right. Next one, it is Whitney Williams. She is 20. She's 30. She's from Oregon.
All right, so don't take this the wrong way, but can we evict 2 people at the first night? Because there's competition for first evictee between Whitney and some other people. Like, girl, like you're a makeup artist. Your favorite people are Jordan, Jeff, and Jessica and Cody. Just worst people.
I see what you mean. She, I mean, her makeup isn't bad, so I mean, I can see why that. But I, yeah, if she mentions Jordan and Jeff, Jessica and Cody, like, I feel like she's very. I don't want to sound rude, but she's kind of basic. Like you know, she mentions like the most popular showmances. You know, she just says, "Oh, Brenchel," which is Brendan and Rachel. We're such a memorable power couple. It's like, yes, we all know that. Okay, like, tell me something new. Like, you know, like I feel like she just kind of
She's
brings in things that are already
the,
known, I guess.
I'm sorry, this is probably gonna sound weird, but the cast for this season is very diverse.
Right.
This Whitney is bringing traditional Big Brother
For sure.
castmate. Like, I don't
Yeah.
really think with the cast that she's with, I don't see her going far.
I don't know.
She
She
doesn't
is
even know
very
what her
pretty
gay
though.
class. You can no.
I don't know. Like I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So like I can kind of see that she's not an ugly girl. I feel like she might fall, like she might get along with some of the guys. She might be able to build a showman. I don't see her not being able to do that.
She's
She's
just gonna
definitely a
be the
family person.
annoying. She's gonna be the annoying housemate that I'm just like, can we please evict her already? Like,
She does seem like, okay, she's not even old, but she does come off as
she's
like someone that would want to be the mom of the house. I see that. Like I see that she's a mom, so she's gonna definitely bring in her mom tendencies into the house. Like she's probably gonna want to like clean up. She's probably gonna want to cook. She's probably gonna make sure that the kitchen's like tidy. Like, and that can probably work in her benefit, or it might not. Like some people might just be like, I don't know, like you're doing a little too much, you know.
I see her as block queen of the season.
She
I
says
mean,
that
she's
she's an
so
excellent.
into herself. I mean, she wants to protect her entire wardrobe. I mean, I feel like she's gonna be like conceited. I mean,
I
and I
can see
don't
that.
like that. I just don't like that.
Yeah. She also said that she's an excellent matchmaker. So I don't know. Yeah, she's definitely not like she's not one of my picks for the win. From what I see, I wouldn't pick her as like my top three or anything like that either. I just kind of feel like she would be in the middle.
Not
But
even. Like, she's very big competition for. I see her on the block first night.
you think so?
Yes, I do really do. Like, I'm not even like I don't see her
Wow.
winning any type of competitions. I feel like she's gonna be like the whiny girl. I I mean,
I
she's
can't see the
30,
whining.
but I feel like she's gonna be the one that gives up. That
I
she's
can
gonna
see that.
cry. She's gonna be the crier of the season.
Wow. We shall see then, I guess. All right. So finally, we are down to the last one, which is Xavier.
And they saved the best for last.
He is attractive.
He's very attractive.
He is attractive.
Um,
He like he's an attorney, so like that's definitely a plus. Like I think like that he's a smart guy. I feel like he's I don't know. He just
he says he's personable, confident, and fun-loving. I can see that all from your picture.
yep. He's very fond of Brittany and Danielle. Um, he wants to give his DR attitude to one of those DR queens. Um, okay, so he mentioned Chilltown as one of his favorite one. Okay, of course, and then
He
the Hitman. Okay,
mentions old style Big Brother, which is a good
nice.
quality to have with this
He's
cast.
he's a mama's boy for sure because he's gonna miss his mom, so that's very relatable to
And
us.
I love that. I love that.
Yep. Um,
Like, he is definitely going to be the eye candy of the season.
for sure. he says that he's an ambivert. So that means that he's both an extrovert and an introvert. Which is, I think it's becoming more of a thing nowadays. Like, I feel like a lot of people relate to being both. And he's kind of keeping up with that, and he knows that that's how he is too. So that means that he's very self-aware. The fact, like, I can't like let it go that he's an attorney. I feel like because he's an attorney, he's very good with his words, and he's very good at arguing. He's very good at kind of twisting words a little bit.
I feel like he's gonna be one of those type of people that he tells us, the viewers, that he's an attorney, but he's gonna downplay that. I feel like he's gonna lie about what he's gonna do.
Oh, 1,000%. I think if he says straight up, like, I mean, we could probably quote this. He's not going to tell them that he's an attorney. Like, he's not. I do like that he says that strategy, he's going to only win when he has to. He says that he wants to make genuine connections and friendships. Right, exactly. He wants to reiterate that we are playing a game and avoid bringing personal matters into game decisions. Like, stuff like this, I can definitely respect, because I feel like if he does come off as like someone that's very argumentative or attacking someone, I feel like he would always come from a point of gameplay, not necessarily by personally attack them, which I can relate to because I've done that before.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm reading this bio as if he's like applying to be the love of my life, but he is really into dogs, and he wants to get a house around his dog because he wants to give his dog the yard it deserves. So I kind of love that. Like,
yeah,
comes from a big family. Like, what is the number? What is the digits? Oh, he's my age. He's 27.
Yeah. Like, he's very, he definitely has a lot. He's very determined. He's very goal oriented. He has a very good head on his shoulders, obviously. Like, he knows what he wants pretty much. And I think that he'll do good. I think that he definitely will use his looks to kind of get himself far. Who knows? I don't know if he's gonna.
He's like giving me like BDE energy.
What? What is
He's
that?
giving me BDE energy. You don't know what BDE energy is?
Mm-mm.
We'll talk about
it later. Yeah, but so he's definitely like on the top list. He's not my top 3 per se, but he's definitely like top 5.
He's maybe my top 2.
Okay. Well, so that's the cast, right? So I guess before we finish the little assessment, I guess we both can pick the person that we think is gonna be the first one out, and then the one that we want for the win.
So you can have the honors of going first. Who do you think is Big Brother 23 winner?
I am going to go with Kyland. I definitely see Kyland going as the winner.
Okay. And who do you think will be first evicted from Big Brother 23?
Honestly, I see Brittany. I don't know why. I just see it.
Interesting choice.
Yep. What do you think?
So the winner of Big Brother 23 in my eyes is going to be Azah.
Okay.
I feel like she's going to bring a lot to the table and will make it far. Mm-hmm. As far as first eviction, I see my prediction is going to be Brittany and Christy on the block. Vito gets used and Whitney gets backdoored right away.
Whitney.
Makeup artist girl stuck up.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so ultimately you see Whitney leaving first.
Correct. Yes.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I can see those. Those are some pretty good assessments. I definitely am rooting for Azah too. I just think that Kyland has a little bit more of a strategy, just a little bit more. But that's just my opinion. Azah, 1,000% is like a one. Like, if she wins, I'm fine with that too. Like, I think top 3 for me for sure. Now, I would say Azah, Kyland, and Who was the other one that I said? Oh, Sarah. I have to go with Sarah. I don't know why. I just think that Sarah has a good strategy.
I think my top three is going to be Azar, um, Kyland, and then Xavier.
Yeah, I think he falls into like my top four, maybe. I think he's like my fourth one for now, but not. That can change. I just
I mean,
like Sarah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that I like Sarah, that she's well aware that she wants to be a floater. Like that's like her goal. She wants to be a floater, and I'm like, I've never seen that before, so I'm curious how that's gonna play out.
I mean, that's where we differ because I feel like that's not going to get her far. I mean, it's going to give her an early eviction, but we shall see. We have a fun summer ahead of us. I do applaud the casting team because this cast is completely different from what we have seen in the previous seasons.
For sure.
I do feel like this season we can see our first person of color winning, which I'm really looking forward to that. Like,
For
there's
sure.
good chances of
Yep.
that happening.
Yep. So that happens for sure. Of course, that'll be iconic. So
I
hopefully
am going to make a prediction that America's favorite player is going to go to either Travis. I'm going to say Travis.
I can see that. Yep. I
He
can
gives
definitely see that.
me like a favorite player type status.
For sure. Yep. I can see that 1,000%.
But yeah, it's a big
Okay.
cast. We have a lot to look forward to.
Yep. So hopefully next week we're able to watch the first episode, and hopefully our predictions go a little bit well, and hopefully we have a fun packed summer.
Hopefully, we need a house where the power flips instead of a predictable summer.
For sure. Definitely. That'll make it even more exciting. And we definitely need to see some chaos. So
and drama.
For sure. Alrighty. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully it's fun.
Look forward to it.
Alrighty.